We're live, pal.
We're live, pal. Holy crap. It is live. It is Friday night. It is TGIF 1990s. Remember that TGIF?
Man, I was just watching Boy Meets World earlier, so yes, I remember TGIF.
Yeah, I mean, you had the good shows back then. It was like Full House, then Family Matters, and
Family
maybe Step
Matters.
by Step.
Yeah, and then Boy Meets World was always on there, and then they'd always have some weird show that would only be around for like a month or two, and then it would go away.
Yeah.
I watched this video of this guy, and he's talking about how he's like, when I watch Family Matters now, I just cry for Carl Winslow because he's got all these motherfuckers living in his house, and then he's got his freaky ass neighbor who's two versions of him, the nerd version and the handsome version, trying to come over and have sex with his daughter.
Man.
And he's like, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry I beat you up while you were handcuffed. Please don't tell my supervisor. I have been promoted in 9 seasons.
Yeah, I mean, you never saw Urkel's parents either in the entire show for however many
Never.
seasons it was. Like, I think he just lived there by himself.
It was like you never saw the next door neighbor's parents. Like you never saw Kimmy Gibbler's parents either. You never saw them.
That's true. You did see at one of her episodes she had like a what are those an ostrich that lived at her house.
Oh yeah, she did. You're right, she did. And then they did Fuller House, and she somehow had a brother who was never on the show.
Yeah, seemed odd. I'm calling BS on that one.
Yeah.
Was her brother Joey Lawrence?
The brother was not Joey Lawrence. No.
Okay.
The funniest thing was, I thought that Kirk Cameron and DJ from Full House were married, but no, that's totally wrong because they're brother and sister.
Yes, yeah. And he was on some of the earlier episodes too, in like the first season.
He was. So I don't even know why, but
he was cool, like, Uncle Steve or something or cousin Steve in the first couple.
Yeah, so like I don't even know why, but me and Rachel we just throw it on sometimes on it because it's on HBO Max, so we just put on Full House if we're eating dinner and there's nothing else to watch, we just watch Full House. And yeah, I remember he was on the show, and I said something to Rachel about I think that they're married, and she looked it up. She's like, "No, dumbass, they are fucking brother and sister."
Hopefully not fucking brother and sister, because that's
hopefully not.
I don't know. That Kirk Cameron's a weird dude. Oh wait, we're not supposed to say anything bad about anyone on here. So I mean, weird in a good way, as in just different.
I know he's super religious, so. Which, I mean, forgive me if you are super religious, but I find super religious people weird as fuck. So,
anything that is too far in one way is just super weird.
Yeah, it's just let's find an even ground, and then you won't be so goddamn weird.
Yeah, you don't need weird to be too weird. Whoa, it's Glenn.
The good news is the research department is open for business.
He was already doing some research tonight. I already saw some research he was putting together. About certain people we can't talk about.
A certain person we will not mention. If you want to hear about said person, check out an episode of Crime and Sports. It's about Buck Zumhoff, and that's the last time I'll say his name, and you can find out what kind of a shitty human being he is. I would suggest not eating before listening because it's fucking disgusting. So there's that.
And if you want a better Buck to watch Uncle Buck. It's a pretty good movie.
Uncle Buck is a good movie. Now, are you ready? It's time for my action figure reveal of the week. Are you ready?
You got one?
I got one.
Uh-oh. You got two maybe now. It had a baby. Oh, man. It's the $1 Million Man Green and White Superstars version. I've never seen that one.
Yeah.
Is that the second series of them?
Everybody's got a price. This is the third series, actually.
Third series, okay.
I now have the complete series. I have now had the complete third series, which is the Undertaker, Papa Shango, Mankind, and Ted DiBiase.
I haven't seen any of those. Maybe they're just not out here yet in Ohio.
Don't you have it? I thought you had a Hollywood Hogan one.
Oh, I do have a Hogan. Was he part of the third series?
No, so he's the very first series.
Yeah, I thought I had that one. I meant
Oh, okay. So you didn't have the third.
No, I've seen the first and the second, but I've never seen any of the third.
So the Warrior was in the second, but I can't find Hall or Nash or Shawn Michaels fucking anywhere, except for online, and I'm not paying $50 for him. That's not fucking happening. That's not going down. Especially when you get them at the store for $20. I'm not paying $50. Sorry. Anywho.
What was the other one that fell? Was that another new one?
No, so that I've had that one. So that was Mankind that fell down.
Oh, okay.
I ran out of room on this wall, and so I started putting some of them on the wall that's in front of me. So that way I can look at them.
You've got more space above the bookshelf over there, though, on the loose figures. You
I
could
do
probably
have
run them a couples.
I do probably could run a couple over there. You're right. You're right. I mean, we're
Just
gonna have to.
you can't take down the Fiend's pants, though. They have to stay up there.
No, it's just like a closet door if I take it down. And I have fucking shit. I have stuff in the other room. Like I have some 2-packs in the other room, and
You have Tupac in the other room.
no, I have 2-pack. As white people would say, 2-pack.
That 2-pack, all eyes on me.
Glenn, it would be Mankind falling from height. He jumped off. You're right.
Was the Undertaker next to him and shoved him off?
Ironically, the Undertaker is right next to him. The Undertaker is directly right next to him.
Could you put them on a shopping cart next time and have one of them have them throw them off the shopping cart to the ground? Because it would kind of be like a cell.
I don't want to.
You don't want to damage them, though.
I don't want to mess up I don't want to mess up the box now. So,
never seen her wrestle, but I've seen her box. That's a Jim Cornette line.
Was that a dirty joke?
Could be, unless she's a female boxer like Layla Ali, and then it might not be.
Then she'd probably whoop your ass.
Mm-mm.
You don't want those problems.
No, I don't want to catch a 2-piece. Pop, pop.
Well, before we get into this, let's remind everybody that you should check out the Piece of Business podcast, which is usually out Monday or Tuesday, depending on when we record it and when Glenn gets it done. This week, we're going to discuss what happens and what doesn't happen at a pub fight, aka a bar fight, like we saw on NXT 2.0. I mean, I'm sorry, it's not even NXT 2.0 anymore. It's just NXT now. So
they got rid of the 2.0 version of it. I knew they changed the colors. I just didn't know if they got rid of the 2.0.
So it's not called NXT 2.0 yet. And I think that the last couple weeks, the episodes that they show have been taped. So it still has like an NXT 2.0 feel because it's still the same colors and it's still like the same ring skirts. But I'm pretty sure by the next episode, it's going to be different. I'm thinking.
Okay.
So I guess we'll see what happens with that. So anyway,
we're gonna see the 2.0.
It's the 1.5. They've taken 0.5 away from it, and now it's NXT 1.5. So what do you think about that?
Let us talk to you.
You got anything? Speaking of that, you got anything you want to talk about? Anything that you
wrestling recent news wise? I'm trying to think. I haven't really caught a whole lot of. Well, I did watch Raw, and Raw was really good. And that takes
yes.
Yeah, I mean, from the parts that I saw, I don't know. I've really been enjoying Raw, and I've been enjoying SmackDown lately. I didn't watch any of SmackDown tonight. I'm not gonna lie. I will get up to watching it, but everything that Sami Zayn and the Bloodline have been doing, phenomenal work. That is so good. Yeah, I could watch 2 hours of that. I don't even need wrestling in between it.
That most recent thing where Roman gave him the different shirt and it looked like they were gonna beat him down. It looked like they were about to get to whoop his ass good, and then they gave him a different shirt. And my favorite part about it is they're giving him the shirt, and Jay is just in the background leaning against the ropes, looking salty as fuck. And that was my favorite part of it because Jay's just like.
I've really been enjoying Solo Sikoa. I know he doesn't say a whole lot, but everything he does is just intense.
Yeah.
Like the guy gets what his role is supposed to be, and it's good because he's not like, he knows he's not the comedic portion of it. He's probably a funny guy. Most of the Samoan dudes are pretty funny, but he just keeps that like bodyguard enforcer mentality. And when he goes to beat someone up, like when he beat up Ricochet and was it Moss? Yeah, Madcap Moss in the back. My God, that was phenomenal. Like backstage 80s, like, you know, Dusty Rhodes and Nikita Koloff, Magnum TA, like work where it just it looked legitimate. Like he took that so serious in the way that he did it. It was so good.
Yeah, no, Solo is pretty good. Yeah, he plays this part well, like you said. He doesn't say anything, but he also doesn't need to say anything.
So. No, you don't need to say anything when when you're a Samoan badass, you don't need to say a lot. Hakuda didn't need to say anything.
Well, you didn't say a goddamn word. You didn't have to. And everybody was terrified.
Yeah, imagine him and Andre just pulling up next to you, and yeah, you give them what they want.
So we got a big premium live event. It is next Saturday. It is not Sunday. It is on a Saturday. So I don't know. How do you feel about Saturday night pay-per-views?
I kind of like them.
I love them.
I
It's
enjoy
my
'em.
favorite.
I do like it because then I don't have to go to work in the morning. I can still like relax and enjoy, you know,
And
thinking
stay up
about
late
the
if you
pay per
have
view.
to.
Yeah, I can stay up. I mean, I'm going to stay up late regardless, but
Right.
I don't know. I kind of like the Saturday night pay per view. I'm not young enough where I'm going out on a Saturday night anyway. It's not like killing my
Right.
my enjoyment. So I
The
love
thing
it.
that worked out best for this is that Nebraska actually plays on Friday night next week instead of
Oh,
Saturday night, so I won't have to miss the Nebraska game. So
now
I
I
won't
guess if
have to.
Ohio
I won't have
State
to miss suffering defeat again. Yay!
was playing like a Penn State game or something late, because they
Yeah.
never play Michigan late. They always play them at like
Oh no, that's that's always
that's
at
a
11.
yeah.
Yeah, or noon your time. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a noon
Eastern.
game my time every year.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I'm a fan of the Saturday morning pay-per-views. I haven't. I guess Glenn's watching this, and I'm talking to you right now. Do you guys want to do an Extreme Rules pay-per-view preview show Saturday morning?
As in tomorrow?
No, is it next Saturday?
Okay, I'm probably good for next Saturday. Tomorrow I can't.
No, not tomorrow. Next, because the pay-per-view's next Saturday, so we do it next Saturday.
Yeah, I can probably plan for that. I'm
There
good
we
if
go.
Glenn is.
We'll get the information from the research department, and we will figure out the details probably within the next 7 minutes.
Are you still the champ? I think you
Yes.
are.
Yes, I am.
Are we going to do a tiebreaker, or are we just gonna,
We
raw
have
dog it
to
without
do
the
a
tiebreaker?
tiebreaker. We have got to do a tiebreaker. So Glenn says noon Eastern.
Hmm?
Does that work?
Yeah, should be
All
good.
right, there we go. We'll plan for that, pals. So, anyways, here we go. It is the December 5th, 1992 version of WWF Superstars that we're going to be checking out this evening. We're almost down to the end of our first season and moving on to the second season in 1993. We've only got there's only 3 more episodes after this before we move into a new year, so that's fun. Whoa. Not yet. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. All right, we got it all fired up. We're at all zeros. You can watch along with us on Peacock, or if you got Spotify, download that on your TV, your smart TV, your Roku, your Apple TV, whatever the fuck you got. You can watch right along with us on your TV screen, or on your phone screen, or wherever the fuck you're at. I'm going to count down from 3. Mayor, are you ready?
I am ready. I am really, really ready for this. I'm so excited.
That's what I like to hear, pal. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Come on, baby.
Here we go.
I feel like we ask this, or at least I look into this and ask it every time, what the number one hit in the Billboard music was.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an odd one because I think it was like near the top one or top one, like every few times we look, but it was How Do You Talk to an Angel by something The Heights or something.
Huh. I don't think I know that song.
That was number 1, December 5th, 1992.
Does it say what number 2 was?
End
of the Road by Boyz II Men, probably.
I don't know if I.
We're still in fucking Indiana. When are we gonna leave Indiana? Fuck.
I don't want to subscribe to your thing, Billboard.
Yeah, well, never mind. It doesn't matter. It's not that important. We're just gonna go with it was Boyz II Men, End of the Road.
Wait a second. This is telling me I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston was number 1 on this Billboard. So I don't know what to believe. Whitney Houston sounds more believable, so I'm going with that.
I'm going to say if Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You is on there, then it wins no matter what. So, yes.
And I bet Bobby did some good karaoke back in the day. I bet he really sang some Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You. Maybe I Will Run to You.
I Will Run to You, or possibly like I Want to Dance with Somebody. I feel like he would be a good.
Wow, that would be.
That's a great song.
Yeah, I mean, And you don't have to have like all the notes to hit. Like, I mean, that's probably like one of the easier Whitney songs to sing, I would think.
Yeah,
Not
that
for
is a
me,
great.
but I mean,
Not for,
someone that can actually sing.
but for Bobby the Brain Heenan, I mean, he could do
I
anything.
mean, anyone that's listened to this show knows that the two of us, we sing quite a bit, but none of us
Not
really
well.
can sing. Yeah, yeah. You can call it singing.
We sing, but not well.
It's a stretch of the term.
Like Yokozuna doing a stretching in the ring there just then.
Mhm.
Kamala is not dead, Mayor, so I know that makes you happy.
He's managed to get his way out of that casket. He probably went right
I
to the
hope he-
bottom of it.
He probably
Was this
did.
high energy?
It is high energy. I
He
hope
still
Kamala.
got Frankie with him.
There is Frankie. He doesn't have Frankie with him, does he?
I feel like he hasn't had Frankie with him the last couple times, has he? They just decided they're going to let him come out.
I don't ever remember him bringing Frankie out with him when they were in high energy. So this is something new for me. That kid's excited. He had a stupid fucking T-shirt on, but that kid was excited. Look at that guy. He was
Now,
fucking.
Is Coco still with us? I feel like I haven't heard anything about Coco lately.
I believe Coco is still with us.
Okay.
Before you ask, there's no information on WT Jones. So you can't tell me. You're telling me, Glenn, you have no idea what the WT stands for. Well, goddamn
Wait,
it.
that's Special Delivery Jones?
No, it's WT Jones. It's totally different.
Not for Special Delivery. It's Wait and Tell Jones.
I was watching some more primetime wrestling the other day, and I actually saw Special Delivery Jones win a goddamn match. He beat Sika. I was shocked.
Wow. Do you
Let's
think
talk about Barry Horowitz pants.
He looks like an Easter basket with a mullet.
He does. If his shit was like grass, if his hair was like a grass color, he'd look just like
Oh
a
my
goddamn Easter
gosh.
basket.
And he's got Frankie might go after those eggs in his trunks.
Very well could. Like Owen Hart and Coco look stupid, but Horowitz looks way dumber.
Yeah. Minus the hair.
All right, Mayor, what does WT stand for? What's WT Jones stand for?
Walkie talkie.
It
has to be Walkie Talkie Jones. Over and out. He makes the tag and he goes over and out.
He makes you have to say over, but you have to tag him in and then say over, or else he won't. He looks like not Bad News Brown. He looks like
when they first showed him at like that split second, I'm like, oh my god, is Bad News Brown? Because I'm a huge mark for Bad News Brown, and I thought it was him, and I'm like, oh, that's not Bad News Brown. Who the hell is this guy?
He looks like, you know how you'd go to the dollar store when you were a kid and they'd have those wrestling figures, but they wouldn't actually be anybody. They'd just be like, wrestling figure. Like, that's him. Good News Brown is out here.
I feel like it's him, but it's not because I can't get a good enough look at him.
It's like a compact version.
And I don't think he like understands like the wrestling portion.
No, he doesn't. He has no idea what he's doing.
I don't think he is. So Coco's just like taking all the liberties with him because he doesn't know what to do.
Coco's gonna beat the shit out of this guy. He's lucky he tagged it on.
Yeah, I think that's what Owen said. Come on, Coco, get me in here.
Good God, no, that. He looked like he had never wrestled the match.
No, he was like, I'm on television. I gotta look good here. And
he
Coco's
looked like, you know how when your two drunk friends start fighting? That's what that looked like.
All right, guys, we're getting out in the front yard. We're getting a little, things are getting a little too crazy inside.
Uh-oh. I got some bad news. Good News Brown. That was terrible. 1, 2, 3. Just chopped the fuck out of Horowitz. Coco said, I'm the only one that fucking wears purple out here, bitch.
Man, I never really even got a good camera shot of not Bad News Brown.
No, we really didn't.
Do you have a Hasbro Coco Beware with Frankie?
God, I fucking wish. Oh, here comes Yokozuna.
I was trying to look up nails just to buy like a loose nails, and they're hard to find under like $75.
Oh, just go to
a loose one.
Just go to the hardware store if you need some loose nails.
No, not those kind of nails.
I
meant the kind that just chokes you. My God, that's an ugly man. He looked like he could have played Nosferatu without any makeup.
That's a hell of a name. Oh God! Hello, Mark Morgan.
Can you already put him in? I haven't only seen him for a split second, but I feel like he deserves.
Let me get another look at him, pal, and maybe we'll talk about it. That hair should probably go in because that was one of the most pathetic mullets I've ever seen. I think.
Yeah, it looked like the Valvoline mechanic.
It did. Yeah. Dangerous Danny D is the referee for this match. Yokozuna, it always took him a long time to derobe and get this thing started.
I mean, that's a giant picnic cloth to get off.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. This kid's not impressed.
Mm-mm.
Now he's got to throw the ceremonial sand into the crowd. I'm not sure why. Never knew why, but that's what he does.
And he
Maybe
bows
that's
to
what
the crowd.
sumos do.
I feel like that's too much respect. He just threw salt over everyone.
Well, he
Maybe
bowed
he's
to
worried
him first, Mayor,
about some snow and icing problems in the near future, so he's throwing down salt.
It is December, and December in Indiana. It could be snowy outside.
Wow! Look at
my
Mark
God.
Morgan.
Oh, drop it down low. Drop it down low. Yoko drops it down low. Drops it down low. Oof. My
Man,
goodness.
that mullet made him aerodynamic. He almost took flight.
Yeah, well, I mean, with that thing, of course. He could jump out of a plane without a parachute with that hair, and he'd be just fine. He'd be just fine. What
It's
trailer
funny
park
that
do you think he's from?
Third and Hezbollah.
In Biloxi, Mississippi, of course.
Yeah.
That's it.
Gosh.
He's
A
dead.
leg drop to the back of the head. That just seems like a concussion waiting to happen. It's like a refrigerator getting dropped on your head.
You could have just left this off of this, Glenn, and just said Mike Morgan wasn't around long because he wasn't allowed wrong in this match either.
We haven't even seen the Yokozuna bonsai drop yet either, but I have a feeling, man, this is not going to be good for Mike Morgan.
Oh, poor old Mike Morgan. You know what, Mike, though, with that hair as pitiful as that, we have no other choice, pal, but to grant you entry into the AWI Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Is he going in posthumously, though?
He is.
Posthumously? Because Yoko may actually kill this man here.
He just fucking karate chopped him in the fucking throat.
Look at Dangerous.
Yeah, he doesn't know what to make of this. He said
all
so that ass in that diaper.
Come on.
Somebody's gonna get this ass. He like rubbed it in too. He made it go in deep like.
I mean, you can only go in deep with that much.
That's true.
But dunk back there.
That is a whole lot of ass, that's for sure.
It's like a Christmas present you don't want to unwrap from the back.
Or you do want to unwrap, depending on what you're into. I don't know what you're into. Whatever.
Yeah. She does not look impressed.
They've been here for 6 hours. This is the fourth Yokozuna match they've seen. They've been here 6 hours.
They could shoot a lot of Yokozuna matches in 6 hours.
They probably could. Oh. Poor old, I don't even remember his name anymore. I put my name about what was his name?
Mike Morgan?
Oh, Mike. It says right here in the comments where Glenn wrote it. Maybe I should just read.
Well, I was a big Matt Morgan fan. You remember Matt Morgan?
Matt Morgan, no.
Tall guy, about 7 foot tall.
You can't teach that.
Impact TNA. And he wrestled in WWF for like maybe 6 months.
Oh, real punchable face, like blonde hair.
Yeah. They tried to give him Hulk Hogan's gimmick in Impact at one point in time, where he won a match against Hogan to win his Hall of Fame ring, and they were going to basically give him Hogan's gimmick, and it just didn't take off. I don't know why. The guy seems like a pretty good guy, so I don't know.
I don't know, brother. That sounds like it's not going to work, brother.
That's not going to work for me, brother.
No, brother. No, brother. That don't work for me, brother. If I see that Matt Morgan, brother, I'm going to crush his head, brother. So, funny story. I actually found a song that was released on like WWF WrestleMania, the album. It was never released in the States. It was only released in the UK, and Crush has the song on there.
Singing?
Yes.
No.
Sort of. It's not really singing. It's like, you know how in Boyz II Men they have the song and then it kind of breaks down and then you get the guy with the deep voice. You get the guy with the deep voice who just kind of talks. That's kind of what it is. He just kind of talks the whole song.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
actually it's not good by any means, but it's not as terrible as you would think it was.
No, I want it to be terrible because the more terrible it is, the better it's going to be.
Unfortunately, Mayor, like I listened to it hoping that it would be extremely terrible, and it wasn't as terrible as I wanted it to be. I
You
was
kind
hoping
of
it would.
liked it, didn't you?
I didn't kind of like it, but like it didn't have me in tears laughing like I was hoping it would.
Girl, you've been running through my mind all day. I
Brother.
can't get my mind off you, but I know you're my boy's girlfriend.
Brother.
And like I feel like that's what that every
Brother.
time that guy with the deep voice talked in Boys to Men was just always talking about how he was in love with some girl who was someone else's girlfriend.
I know you ran off with that other fella, but I just didn't care. Yeah,
That's it. You nailed it.
Why is this even on the song? It makes no sense.
Yeah.
It was like in every song too. You're like, why did we cut to the part?
Are
with
you
the
sure
guy
you're not
talking?
him?
I wish he's probably got a lot more money than I do.
I don't know. I remember one of them name was like Michael Bivins, maybe.
Yeah,
Is that one of them?
No, no. Michael
Or is
Bivins
that Belle
was
Biv DeVoe?
Yeah, you're mixing up your '80s groups.
Oh well.
I think Bivins was in
Malcolm Bivins.
Kyle from the Aperbot podcast has joined us. He said he gets why Goldust. Yeah, you know what? I get why Goldust wanted to bang Razor Ramon too. It makes perfect sense to me, pal.
I actually read a story today about how Vince was trying to sell Razor on the homoerotic nature of Goldust character and Razor Ramon and how to play it off. And Vince told Razor about his first homosexual encounter with a hitchhiker, and the guy started rubbing Vince's legs, and then Razor just cut him off as like, I don't need to know this, man. And then it was like that's where they stopped the story.
Where did wait a second?
Why would you tell him that like out of the blue?
Uh-oh.
Now I don't know whether any of that's true or just was Scott Hall just like trying to like be funny during a shoot interview deal.
I hope it's true. Vince McMahon getting his leg broke by a homeless man that just makes my day.
And I hope it was Brian Costello.
Brian Costello here has had a 30-second match with Andre the Giant, which so is the Ultimate Warrior. So putting that out there. Oh, fuck the clowns here.
Is that the guy that does diners, drive-ins, and Doink the Clowns or whatever?
It does look like Guy Fieri. It really does.
I couldn't think of his name. I just knew it was diners and drive-ins or something. And I said Doink the Clowns before Doink even showed up. What call out was that?
Well,
that was
you
complete
didn't see him?
craziness. No, I didn't see him till then. Unless maybe my brain slipped it.
I saw his fucking green hair. Now he's passing out fucking balloons. Fuck this guy.
Stupid clown.
Fucking clown. Literally. And now, stomping of the hamstrings by Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger here. Oh, God. What do you think he's saying?
It's something in Alien, right? It can't be English.
You could put like, some... He speaks some sort of Marge language. You could take one of the Ultimate Warriors promos and put it in his mouth, and it would make sense because he'd be like, I saw the galaxies of the suns and the moons and the stars. You're like, well, he's a spaceman, so it makes sense.
I know you can't see this right now, but I was just making all these goofy noises, and Bessie raised one ear and started growling.
She said, stop that.
She was like, stop whatever you're doing over there.
Quit doing that. I'm sleeping.
It's Brian Knobbs meets Guy Fieri.
It really is. It's like they had a kid.
And if all things go right, I will see Brian Knobbs tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're gonna meet the Nasty Boys tomorrow.
Nasty Boys and Jimmy Hart. That's provided that they're not stuck in Tampa underwater, because I think they all live in Tampa.
That's a good point.
I don't know. Possibly.
They're probably all held up at Hulk Hogan's house. He probably lives in Tampa too. Never mind.
The Tampa too. Stupid defense.
Well, I wouldn't say stupid.
Yeah, it won the Super Bowl.
I think it did, didn't it? I don't know. Anyway, this isn't a football podcast. Sometimes it is.
We don't know.
Oh, he hit him with the white noise.
It was the alien noise.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. It's the alien noise. Now what's he going to do? Oh, look at this guy. Oh!
That was a far across body there.
That was not impressive.
The Men in Black need to catch him.
They really do.
Is that how they communicate in whatever planet he's from? As they roll around doing shoulder to hip rolls,
Probably.
and they go meep 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 meep.
All the adults look so annoyed by the toy the clown's jizz being sprayed on them. Well, Kyle, how would you feel?
Yeah, just doink jizz everywhere. It's stuck in his hair. I mean, it's getting ugly over there.
You're never gonna wash that out ever. I don't care how much you try.
Oh wait.
Oh, what a
First time
great
ever
game.
on Sega Genesis. That's not the Royal. Wait, which one is that?
That can't be Royal Rumble.
No, it looks the same as the Royal Rumble one, but it's
I
not.
don't think. I think it might be WF WrestleMania, maybe.
That might be right. I think they had one just called Superstars too, didn't they?
They did have one just called Super.
It might have been that.
Because I know Ultimate Warrior was definitely not in the Royal Rumble game for sure. Because I was like, I played that. I spent many hours of my childhood playing that game.
Yeah, the WrestleFest one.
Oh, like on the arcade game?
Yeah, the arcade WrestleFest and Royal Rumble. That was great.
Yes. Oh, what are we getting here now? We're getting a recap from the. Well, we're gonna go way back into time.
Yeah, like way back because that's that's at least a full year ago because we're in December.
And then the 1990 was like 2 years ago. So from where we're at, anyway.
Mean Gene's really upset. Where is he? Looks like he's out on a tarmac out in the airport.
I think he's fixing to have an empty arena match against Bobby the Brain Heenan.
I need to see that.
Would that be some shit if they broke into? Oh, Bret Hart's beating the Berserker.
Berserker. Yep. Papa Shango too.
I mean, he's beating Papa Shango. Oh, and remember when he beat Virgil the day he got a championship match against Virgil. Well, you do love Virgil.
Yeah, I'm a big Virgil fan, so
you are a big Virgil guy. Bret Hart, Canadian hero. I didn't know if you knew that he was a Canadian hero, but he is.
You think he's still a Canadian hero?
Yeah. Who else do they have?
I don't know. That's it. Bret Hart.
I'm just kidding. I love you, Canada. I'd move there if you'd let me.
Yeah, I know why. Because of Bret Hart.
I mean, what else reason is there to move to Canada besides Bret Hart? I mean, Drake. They got Drake too. There's Drake.
I meant for legality purposes.
You're right. Kevin Owens is from Canada too.
And Trish Stratus.
Woo! He's whining and dining, Mean Gene here.
Where do you think they're at? Is this Indiana? Because
no, there's no way this is in Indiana. They have nothing good in Indiana.
Look at that.
Every restaurant in Indiana is in a barn.
The jacket Mean Gene has on just looks itchy. It's making me want to itch my skin.
It looks like the jacket where my grandfather wore to fucking Sunday church every Sunday I ever saw him at church.
Yeah, you're counting on one finger, Rick. You can't just keep counting the one finger. You have to at least get to number 2.
Look, that's all he's got. He doesn't know. It's just the one finger.
I don't even want to know about Ric Flair and his one finger.
Oh, God, it probably stinks. Yeah. Ugh. That's what Mean Gene's like. Will you go wash your hands? Please wash your hands.
It's a nice spread they have of flowers at this restaurant.
What do you think Mean Gene orders for lunch? What do you think he's going to order for lunch here?
Here, I would say he just gets a chicken Alfredo.
Ugh. I hate Alfredo.
Not an Alfredo guy?
I hate Alfredo sauce. Hate it.
That's something I never knew about you. Look at it. We're learning new stuff here on the AWI pod. December 5th, 1992. Smells of rat.
Oh, Ric Flair's finger smells of rat.
I wasn't sure if you were meaning that or Alfredo sauce.
Yeah, so Alfredo sauce smells a lot like rats, is what he's trying to say. I had a job as a dishwasher, and we would get these pans back with like stuck Alfredo sauce to them, and ever since then, it's like, nope, I can't eat it anymore.
Mean Gene agrees. Whatever you were just saying, he was nodding confidently along with. And Ric Flair is just seeing to the moon.
Well, he was definitely talking about ladies riding Space Mountain is definitely what he was talking about. Had to be.
It had to be. I mean, that's his gimmick right here.
You said to the moon. It's today or yesterday was Cameron Grimes' birthday.
Just was it really?
Said to the moon reminded me of that.
Well, happy birthday, Cameron. I missed it.
Woo! To the moon. Yeah.
And he's also from North Carolina.
Well, yeah.
Isn't he?
I mean, I didn't even have to know. Just guessed. He sounds like he's from North Carolina.
That's where I bet they are right now, somewhere in North Carolina, at one of the fine restaurants that Ric Flair frequents.
That's right. He'll be wasted by 5:30.
I remember hearing a story about how he threw one of his Rolexes in a plate of spaghetti to show how many Rolexes that he had.
Yeah, I heard that story as well. Oh, here we go. We're back to the ring. We got Harvey Whippleman out here. He's measuring height between him and Howard Finkel.
I've never seen anyone that looks more like a mannequin than Harvey Whippleman.
Facts.
He just looks
You're
like a
absolutely right.
mannequin.
You're right.
Like-
He really does.
Like if you could just, you can't really see me like fully posed, but that's him. Oh gosh, you got Kamala coming back from his casket match. He's angrier than ever. Gonna be a lot of belly slapping and booty
He's
tapping
angrier
tonight.
he's angrier than the mayor when he found out that Kamala had to face the Undertaker in a casket match.
Oh man, there's Little Mayor. I'm so angry.
They're all more terrified of the man that he has to face, not Kamala himself, because there's only a real monster in the arena right now, and it is not Kamala.
Who's he wrestling tonight? Oh, never mind. We can't speak of this guy. Right?
We already said his name once, so we ain't gonna say it again.
Yeah, if you missed the first 3 to 5 minutes of this show, we will not be speaking this I can't even call him a gentleman. This
son of a
asshole's
bitch.
name who doesn't get an entrance.
Yeah, fuck this guy. I noticed that they didn't put up his name and show you who he was either.
Oh yeah, that's a good call.
At least
They
not
didn't,
yet.
did they?
No, they did not. It grosses me out to look at him. It really does.
I knew nothing of this man before tonight. I think I've heard you talk about him at a different time, but
yeah,
it didn't ring the name. The name isn't familiar.
Yeah.
Gosh, he runs like a doofus. I hope Kamal just splashes him, and
I do too. I hope he fucking rips his fucking face right off and eats it right in the middle of the ring. I'd be happy with that.
Eats his face off like
fucking Hannibal Lecter. Yeah,
chicken.
It was no more than this motherfucker deserves. Good. Kick him in the throat 4 or 5 more times.
Yeah, Kim Chi's really telling him he knows all the wrongs that this man's committed.
That's right. The Brooklyn Brawler knows. That's probably the Brawler under the mask there. Has to be. Maybe not. Brawler might be. Oh, yeah.
Is that the first stink face ever?
I think so. I know. I mean, I don't remember seeing that when I was a kid, so except for Rikishi, obviously.
Yeah, but I mean, this is before Rikishi. This has to be the first stink face ever.
Yeah. I mean, it's 1992, so. What does Harvey Whippleman have to say? I'm sure they're bitching about how Kamala lost the casket match. They're probably like, the mayor of Canton knows how we feel. He's out there with us. He knows.
It was definitely an unfair treatment. I'm calling unfair practices.
Oh, pin him. Get this fucking face out of here. I hope I never have to see him again.
We didn't get to see his face a lot, luckily.
Thank God. Come on, Kamala. You can do it. I believe in you, buddy. You got it. 1, 2, 3. Head off to the pokey, motherfucker, because that's where you're spending the rest of your life, you shithead motherfucker.
Hopefully he's in jail or dead, right?
He is in the pokey. He's in there forever. So hopefully, I hope somebody violated him in there too, because he deserves it. He deserves it.
Have you seen any of the new Dahmer series?
No. So stuff like that is just not for me. I can't watch stuff like that. I really just can't watch it.
I didn't know because I knew you were into the crime and sports. Not that Dahmer was a sport whatsoever, but just
so they describe crimes in a hilarious fashion. Hold on.
Was sitting and thinking. It was just about a year ago. I was slammed in the ring, left laying flat on my back. I had to take some time away from managerial duty so I could have some moment of reflection. And during my convalescent period, brothers and sisters, I said, what is it? What is the call on my life? And I knew right then and there, like so many others before me, that there was a need to go out and spread the word abroad.
Mhm.
You know, there have
Mhm.
been others who've gone out into Antarctica.
Yes.
They've gone out into the deepest, darkest Africa. They've gone out into
The African
South
dream.
America. And that is the calling that they had on their lives as missionaries. And my brothers and sisters, that is my calling. I have been sent to be a missionary right here in the World Wrestling Federation. Glory.
Good Lord.
So the Reverend Slickster's like the biggest baby face at the time, right?
I assume so. Oh, it's Hacksaw Jim Duggan's all about the ring here.
Is Hacksaw
Wow.
wearing jeans?
No, was he? Oh, that guy's still here.
It's Bray Wyatt.
Look at this man's helmet hair. Look at this guy. Holy fucking shit.
It's not beautiful. Dale Wolf.
Dale Wolf. I wonder if he's related to my good buddy Mark Wolf.
I feel like every time there was a jobber that they just had to give a name to, they just gave him the last name Wolf.
Yeah.
There has to be at least 3 to 4 Wolves.
They've changed Dusty Wolf to Dale Wolf so people don't get him confused with Dusty Rhodes, as you can see why they would. Yeah, I mean, they look a lot alike, so.
I'm not sure if that's an actual fact or not, but I believe it.
I do remember a guy on here being Dale Wolf, but I don't remember him having that helmet hair, but I smoke a lot of weed, so I don't know.
Is Dale Wolf the White Rabbit?
He might be.
We'd be the only 3 people or 4 people that would pop for that.
The only people who would pop for that, yeah. Glenn says that's a shoot, pal. Shoot fat, Glenn says that is. So that's,
wow.
I mean, the American Dream, Dusty Wolf. I'd hate to confuse it.
Now, I'm trying to think what time frame this is. Has Dusty been to the WWF yet?
He had, but that was in 1990. I think he left in 90.
So he's already gone.
Yeah, he's long gone. Oh, fuck, he's back. Why is he here again? Go away. Uh-oh.
Oh, I thought he was going to just clobber Dusty Wolf's mound of hair.
I hope he clobbers that fucking clown. That's what I'd like to see. What's he doing?
Yeah, hopefully he's not going to jizz on any more
I
people
know.
on the ringside.
He's spread his seed to too many already. We don't need to do it again.
Well, apparently, so. Oh gosh, look at that scoop slam!
Look at, I'm getting dizzy. Shit!
Wow, I almost just fell over.
Good God Almighty!
His name's Dizzy Wolf. After that,
apparently, I mean, fuck, somebody's dizzy. Uh-oh, here we go. The 3-point stance. Oh,
now, did Hacksaw play in the NFL?
I believe he was drafted, but I don't think he ever actually played.
No, okay.
I think we talk about this every time he's on.
Every time
I think so.
Perhaps. What about Doink? Did Doink play in the NFL?
No, Doink did not play. Matt Bourne, this was Matt Bourne, yes. No, I don't think Matt Bourne played in the NFL. I don't think. He might have.
No, I know we were talking about Hasbro figures earlier. But is Doink the only Hasbro figure you can think of that actually had hair that wasn't just like the plastic hair?
Oh, fuck.
I can't think of anyone else that had hair that wasn't plastic.
No, he had to be the only one.
They gave him that goofy green curly hair.
Yeah, I would never buy that thing because I'll burn it. You'll never see a Doink the Clown figure around here. You'll never see that. If they put out a Nails figure, I'd buy it. I'd have to.
Do you think he's ever used the line, "Do you want to see 9-inch nails?" and then drops his pants? It took us a long time for that to actually settle in.
No, I don't think so.
I love how long you stared. Like, I'm not sure. Oh,
it took a second to process that. And with a staring face, man, I don't. Ugh.
You can't.
Dauber.
Gosh, stop looking at me, Dauber.
I was watching a TV show and he was on there. Dauber, not this guy, but the real Dauber. And I thought, Jesus Christ.
Gosh, he just spits and chokes.
Dusty had left WCW in '92 and was on his way to WWF. I thought it was like WrestleMania 6. These people are not impressed by this Nails promo. I don't understand why they give Nails so much promo time. Like, what could he possibly be saying? I like to talk until my face gets so red that it hurts, and I like to spit everywhere. I hope you like to watch me spit while I talk because I like to spit when I talk. I coach at Minnesota State. I do special teams.
And he has to just be repeating himself. He can't be saying anything intelligible, right? Like, you're not getting like the most, life-changing promo here. It's going to be like, I'm going to choke you until your face falls off, and then I'm going to choke your face until your neck falls off. Like, it's not going to make sense, right?
It's going to make about as much sense as the Ultimate Warrior makes. That's a fact.
Or he's going to say, Ultimate Warrior, your name rhymes with Ultimate Warrior. like Soraya.
I wonder what he, like... like Ronda Rousey. Anyway, the wild boar, as you like to call it.
Oh yeah, the wild boar. She's a wild boar.
She certainly is. Can we end this already? How
has
does it
Wild
keep
Boar
going?
made his way to NXT?
No, they released him. He got released.
Yeah, I know that they've made a few movements from the UK to NXT, and I didn't know if maybe he was one of the guys that got the across the pond treatment.
No, not as of yet. He's one of the ones they let go. God damn.
Probably the same reason they couldn't have Dusty Wolf and Dusty Rhodes. They don't want people to confuse the wild boar and the wild boar.
Yeah, they did. They really didn't want to confuse people. Who's this now? Oh, it's Tatanka.
It's got to be Tatanka.
I think he's I can see from that round little body that's Louis Piccoli that he's facing, and it's sad that I can tell from this far away, but it's Louis Piccoli.
He took a good deal out of the ring. It almost looked like a Mr. Perfect dive out of the ring.
Well, Louis Piccoli was a pretty goddamn good worker. So
that wasn't some, goof jumping out of the ring. He actually had good movement there.
Do you remember when you would get those pens back in the day, and they'd be like multicolored pens, but like it'd be
you push the button.
That's what this Spicoli's fucking ring gear looks like. One of those pins where you get to change the color. Is exactly what that looks like.
I was gonna say the one side looks like Halloween and the other side looked like Christmas, but it was green and blue.
Well, the one side looks like he loves Ireland a lot. He's like he's an Irish guy, but then the other side, you're like, oh, what's going on here?
He's got the black and blue. Ooh, he chopped a tongue. You don't chop a Native American.
You can't do that. It's like what color do you want? He's like, blue, black, green, orange. Put them all on there. Fuck it.
Now, Louis Spicolli, he went on to be, that wasn't Balls Mahoney, was it?
Yeah, maybe it was Balls Mahoney.
Did Louis Spicolli become Balls Mahoney?
No, no.
That can't be the same guy, right?
No, Louis Spicolli became Rad Radford.
That's it.
Yeah. Rad Radford, which is a terrible name. That's one of the worst wrestling names in history. Rad Radford.
No, he wasn't one of the dynamic dudes, but he should have been with a name like Rad Radford.
That'd be totally awesome, man. Have you seen Vince's arms today? They look amazing. You need some baby oil on those paws? Because I can help you out.
I was following along a thread tonight about unbelievable wrestling facts. Mm-hmm. And one of them was John Laurinaitis had more 5-star matches than Kurt Angle.
No.
And I don't know if that's true or not, but I kind of want to look into it.
If John Laurinaitis has one, then...
And I think Kurt Angle maybe only has one 5-star match, so it's possible. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not looking into it that late at night, but...
So apparently Glenn says here that the Wild Boar owns his own promotion across the pond, so he wasn't going to come over here anyway, which that makes sense.
I wish Wild Boar a lot of luck. I liked him from what I saw of him.
Yeah, I agree.
Very stout man.
Yes. Yeah, if you could describe Wild Boar in one word, stout would be the word.
And I like my stouts and my porters this time of year, so
he's a
Wild
stout
Boar.
individual.
And I like
Much
Sean
like
Mooney.
those stout eyebrows of Sean Mooney. I almost said John Stooney's, and I don't even know. I don't know who that is.
Those eyebrows are like freaking hedges. Look at those shoulder pads. Oh my gosh. I got
Yankee Doodle went to town riding on a pony. He stole I don't know. He turned into Bob Backlund. That's where I was going to go with this, but I ran out of words.
Opie Taylor all grown up.
Like, he hasn't moved his hands. He hasn't moved his hands the entire time. They've just been.
How big was the last fish you caught, Bob?
Bob,
what's your shoe size, Bob?
How much you packing, Bob? Oh, okay.
When you play rock, scissors, paper, what do you use, Bob?
He's a rock guy. Bob's a big rock guy. He literally just had his hand straight forward that entire promo until the very hell.
Jesse. It's Jesse. It's Jesse Ventura. It's got to be him.
Lord in heaven. What is with that? What is that supposed to be that he's got around his neck there? I don't understand.
It's supposed to be like the open mouth of a dinosaur, like the teeth on each side, like getting to clamp to eat him, like the head of a dinosaur, maybe.
Is it some sort of weird amphibious dolphin? I know. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't know what it's supposed to be.
I don't know. Who was Damien Demento? Did he go on to do anything other than Damien Demento?
He was in the movie Die Hard. Besides that, I don't know anything else. I have no other information on Damien Demento. He's from the outer reaches of your mind, so
that we do know.
There's that. You know what blows the outer reaches of my mind is Sean Mooney's delicious eyebrows. I don't know why they're delicious, but it just sounded good. Oh, yes. Certified sink pissers in the house. They'll come to your house and they'll piss in the sink because that's what their lives are about.
I know that if I go to the bathroom tomorrow, they're going to be standing outside of a sink just pissing in it.
They're going to have people working in the bathrooms to make sure no one uses the urinals and they only use the sinks.
I'm just going to piss in a sink at the wrestling event just in honor of them. No.
Make sure you tell them. Say, hey, I do a podcast, and our gimmick is that you guys are pissing in sinks. So don't tell them.
I'm gonna see if he'll sign it certified sink pisser Brian Knobs.
Give him no context on that either. Just tell him that's what you
do. Just sign your name certified sink pisser.
Just do it. Don't act like you haven't done worse things in your life, pal. Just do it. The pages of the WWF magazine. Do we got one more match? Clearly we do. People are unhappy. I knew it was Shawn Michaels.
It's a big time game here.
As soon as I saw the unhappiness of the people, I said, oh, this is Shawn Michaels.
Is he breaking hearts and popping pills yet?
Yes. Probably. I don't know. Probably. I was taking on John Paul. Which I don't like.
Pro shirt. You don't like John Paul hair? Or the guy in the Ico Pro shirt? How's she
Demento was only with WWF for 2 years, opened the first Raw wrestling The Undertaker, and I'm assuming he definitely lost that match.
How was he there for 2 years? Do you remember a Damien Demento match?
Yeah, he just wrestled. We saw him last week. I don't remember who he wrestled.
But I mean, if you didn't just watch it last week, could you be like, oh yeah?
I remember Damien Demento coming in the 1993 Royal Rumble, and Giant Gonzalez was in there. I remember Damien Demento being like, I ain't getting in there with him, which was funny to me. He's like, I'm from the outer reaches of your mind, but I ain't fighting that motherfucker.
This guy kind of reminds me of Johnny Ace, but a shorter version, maybe.
Oh, I'm going to wrestle that sexy boy? He's not a boy toy? Think he needs baby oil on his arms? He looks fabulous, but he doesn't look as good as Vince, though. Man.
Do you think John Paul was one of the 10 Marines that beat up Shawn Michaels that night?
Probably. That's what the whole thing was. He wanted his revenge for this match from 1992 Superstars.
That was the worst pinning predicament I've ever seen. I don't even know what's going on here.
Yeah, I'm lost.
Because he's clearly has both shoulders down for like a 14 count right now. Look at this. Look at those shoulders down.
They're both, yeah.
He had him pinned for a solid 20 seconds.
Well, young Mike Chioda still learning the ropes, I guess, pal. We'll give him a break here. Uh-oh. John Paul got a fucking reversal here. Look at this. Oh, he's a House of Fire mayor. Look at him go.
Man, double Irish whip.
Are we going to see that? No. We're not going to.
No.
We're not going to see it today. We're not going to see the greatest upset of all time. It's not going to happen today. He's down.
He's so cocky and high.
Well, probably not right now, but later he will be. And whop! And that's not even his that's not even his finishing maneuver. So, oh,
Still chewing his gum. What kind of gum do you think Shawn Michaels chewed at the time?
Juicy Fruit or Big Red, probably.
I was gonna go Juicy Fruit. Or do you think he matches his pants and he chews Fruit Stripes?
I don't think Fruit Stripes a thing in '92.
It had to be. I think that's when it was like popular, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Early '90s.
Yeah, that's right. You're right.
I mean, I think they
remember
still make Fruit Stripes, but
Or Double Mint. You remember the Double Mint commercials, and they'd always have twins in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Double your pleasure, double your
That'll
fun.
be fun.
Something with Double Mint gum.
Or like the Juicy Fruit commercials were like people surfing and riding skateboards and rollerblading.
I like the Mentos commercials. The Fresh Maker. Mentos, the Fresh Maker. Those
You just rob a bank and you run out with the money and there's cops out there and you just hold up the Mentos and they're like,
Hold
oh,
the Mentos.
get out of
It's
here,
okay.
you.
You silly dog. You. Not
Get out of
today. Maybe tomorrow. Try it again, Jim.
Yeah,
Go on.
come on.
Skedaddle.
This guy. Can you believe it?
Oh man, perfect vignettes.
Uh-oh. He's sinking putts and never mind. I was gonna say something that was gonna be really bad, so I'm just gonna keep that inside. Never mind.
Bowling 300s.
Oh, throwing darts and breaking hearts. That's better.
Look at that.
From half court. Bang. Like Steph Curry. But taller. No, he's not taller. Well, they're probably about the same height. What am I saying? I've seen this clown on my screen far too many times.
Yeah, there's
No, that is no. It's gonna be "Do Not Call Me Brother Butter Crush" Marty Jannetty. Also,
Marty's
Bam Bam
wrestling
Bigelow's
Bam
gonna be on fire. No, I don't think so. I think they're separate matches.
Oh,
We'll see the Undertaker.
I've got a really sore throat. I can't even do Undertaker voice tonight.
And Bret Hart. You'll be sorry if you miss next week's episode of the Mayor of Superstars. Bret Hart says.
Yeah, don't be sorry. Just watch it.
That we're gonna announce the main event of the Royal Rumble. So get excited for that, pal.
What's the main event? Let's see, January of '93.
Yeah, go ahead and give it a shot. Bret Hart's a champion, so
It's Del Wilkes.
yeah, they bring in the Patriot. No, that's much later.
That's later, yeah, because that's when they're doing the Canadian gimmick. Never mind.
Yeah, it's in like 1997. Yeah.
Sorry, it's late at night. It's been a long.
You want me to
week.
give you a hint?
Well, it's got to be Brett and let's see who's been wrestling around then. So Brett and Tatanka,
This is your hint.
Gold Dust, or Razor.
It's Razor Ramon. It is.
I love how you found that to bring it back up. Very timely.
Thanks, pal. I like to rap. I like to bring it all back around, if you know what I mean.
Just all full circle.
Who does Ohio State play tomorrow? While I got you here, I'm going to
I
ask you.
think it's Rutgers.
Oh. Nebraska plays Rutgers next week, and they'll probably, I don't know, man. They play Indiana tomorrow.
I think it's Rutgers. As long as it's not like Michigan or Penn State, they should probably win by like 40 or something stupid.
Well, they just destroyed Wisconsin, didn't they?
Yeah.
Well, then. Anywho. What?
That was a lot of any's.
It was. Once I get in the mode where I start saying stuff, it's like when I get in the brother mode where I just keep saying it and I can't stop.
Brother.
Brother. See? Don't get me started. God damn it.
I think we've made it at least 4 episodes without you singing anything about spending your days hard on the go.
Well, you can't do it every week. I can't do it all the time, or else you got to leave the people wanting more. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, you can't miss me until I'm gone, as they say in the wrestling business.
That's right. Exactly right. So maybe next week, and maybe I'll sing it, and maybe I won't.
Could be. Where fingers are crossed. The crowd is clamoring, sitting on their hands, just waiting to give you a standing ovation for
Or
it.
maybe I'll just keep, saying that it's going to come every week and not deliver.
That's what I do in life. That's my goal.
That's right, pal. That is right. Make sure you check out Sports Riot Radio. Give Thomas Price a follow at Thomas Price 2017. Give our buddy Glenn a follow at GA WrestleNut. Good night, Glenn. And give the Apron Bump podcast a follow. Our buddy Kyle. Shout out to Kyle for joining us for a little bit here. Mayor, you got anything you want to plug?
Gosh dang, I think about it every week, and then I'm like, I'm going to say something good. I've got this. But no, you nailed everything that I probably was going to say that we should plug. I don't know. I don't think I have anything. No.
You're going to see the Nasty Boys tomorrow, hopefully, as long as they're not rained out.
Yeah. Hopefully, screw you, Mother Nature. Quit destroying things. And
Don't talk bad about her. She'll be coming to you next.
Yeah, that's true. We don't have many natural disasters. Oh, I can't say that. We have tornadoes. Never mind.
Yeah. We do have those.
And we don't get warnings for those. They just hit like out of nowhere.
Yeah, like literally it could be like a beautiful day outside, and then 5 to 15 minutes later you're all of a sudden you're a severe thunderstorm warning. Like that's how quick it happens.
Yeah, you don't get warning. There's no evacuation time. It's just there goes your house and livelihood.
Yep. Boom, your house is gone. Just like that. Yeah.
Just like that. I feel like Ric Flair used to say that a lot. Just like that.
Just like that. Yeah, I can hear him saying it. I really can. I don't know if he ever did.
Champion.
We probably made all that up, and he's probably never said it, but at least we feel like he has.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. Well, that's going to do it from us, and we will talk to you next week.
You should tell him goodbye.
Goodbye.